Okay, so the false card you have your past is the Nine of Pentacles. This is a really, I love this card. Beautiful card. It's all about being by yourself. It's all about celebrating yourself, celebrating who you are. I'm by myself. I'm happy with myself. I love where I am. So I'm getting all that coming from that. And I think now you do know yourself. I think you've been through a pretty difficult time, actually. And now you do know yourself. You're still not quite at the end of a process. I'm seeing that. You've kind of got a bit of a way to go. But you know yourself a lot better than you used to. And I think the reason why that is that you were in some kind of a situation. I think you were in a relationship. It feels like you didn't know yourself when you were in that relationship. I'm getting a bit of loneliness here. I'm getting a bit of loneliness. It's like I'm in a relationship, but I'm lonely. That's what I'm getting. So maybe you're in this relationship and you felt alone, even though you're with someone. I'm getting that really strongly, actually. Very terrible. Neglected feeling. I'm alone. I'm getting that here. And you had to move. You made a decision. This card could be about decisions, and you moved on from that person because of that reason and other reasons as well. I'm getting here as well. But it might be that you moved out of a house, or it might be that that's what you're going to do soon, or out of a place that you're in where you're living. Because if you look at this card just on the right hand side, just on the horizon there's a house, and obviously she's moved away from that house. She's moved away and she's turned her back on the house. So you've moved away from someone. You may have moved away from a place where you live, or you might do that at some time. And yet I keep on getting this. I'm very, very alone. I'm very alone. I'm in this relationship and I'm alone. I keep on getting that. And you know what I'm getting? I think when you're with this person in this relationship, they felt alone as well. They felt alone as well, but they wanted to be alone. Yeah, they wanted to be alone. Maybe they act as if they were single. Maybe they wanted to be single, but in a relationship. They wanted all the comforts of being in a relationship. They wanted someone to take care of them. Maybe they had a nice place to be in. Maybe they had everything they needed, like this woman. But they wanted to be single, so maybe they wandered around a bit. Might be that. Maybe they pretended to you that they wanted something more than they actually were prepared to give you. I'm seeing a little bit of that as well. So I think you made this decision to move on. I think there was a lot of stress around that. It took you a long time to reach that point, I think. A long, long, long time. And you might have had some people around you who were a little bit frustrated with you because you took a long time to make that decision. I think there are still some of these people around you. But it doesn't matter about them. If you've got people around you saying, oh, just leave. It's not that easy. It's easy to look in on a situation and say, oh, just leave. But if you're in that situation, it's a lot more difficult. And I can see in this, you've built up things with him. You've got all these pentacles here. So it's not easy to just get up and walk off. But I think you did eventually leave them, or that's what you're almost doing. I'm not sure where you are with this, but there is leaving here. There's getting away from them here. I'm getting that very clearly. Difficult decision, but you made that decision. Okay, do you know what I'm getting here? This is what I'm getting. If you're separate from this person, they still miss you. Actually, no. They miss what you had. They miss the life you had. They miss the life you had with them. They miss the life they had, because you had different lives. This is what I'm seeing here. You felt one way in the relationship. You felt very alone. You felt very lonely. They felt alone, but they were happy like that, which is what I keep on getting. I'll just show you how I'm seeing this. So you've got the woman in the middle of this card, and that's representing the relationship. That's representing how people are seeing this relationship. And you've got these two trees on the horizon. And to me, as I'm looking at this, one of the trees is representing you. The other one's representing them. You're looking on at this woman and you're saying, I'm very alone. I'm by myself. I don't want to be alone. I'm in a relationship. I may as well go out of this and be alone. And that's what you decided in the end. And they're looking on this and they're saying, oh, isn't this wonderful? I've got everything I want. I'm so happy. So you both lived completely different lives in this relationship. So what they miss is the life they had with you. It looks like they had a very comfortable life. And that's what they miss. And I think they're going to come back at some time. I think they're going to come back and they're going to try and talk to you. They're going to try and see if they can get that back at some time. I'm seeing that quite clearly because there's a falcon on this card. And falcons, that bird that she's holding, they're trained to come back to their owners. So I think they're going to come back. And the other thing about falcons, this is really interesting. I'm just seeing this here. Falcons come back because they're trained to come back. And the reason why they come back is not because they're in love with their owners. It's because their owners give them a home. They give them food. They give them what they need. So I think that's why this person's going to come back. I know that sounds really cynical. I know that sounds really horrible. But if this is you, if this is all resonating with you, you'll know exactly what this is about. You know this person. You'll know what this is about because you know yourself now. You're out of this situation now. That's what I'm getting here. The other thing I'm getting is there's some kind of promise they made to you. Yeah, I'm getting that quite clearly. They made some promise to you. And it feels like a dangling carrot, actually. And that they weren't living up to that promise. So there's that as well. There's the promise, there's the ignoring, there's the feeling alone. So all of that forced you to make this decision. And I don't think you wanted to make that decision because I can see again that it took you a long time to make that. But finally you did. Finally you did. And either you're out of this now or you're not quite. It might be because of this lockdown thing. I don't know. But yeah, all this is starting to open up soon. The whole world's opening up. Things are opening again. So if you haven't got this chance to actually physically leave yet, if this is you, if this is resonating, you're going to have that very soon. Okay, so the next card you have your past is the Page of Pentacles. Yeah, so there's a bit of fear here as well. And I think that might be why you were hesitating and why it was difficult to make this decision, because it's not easy to be on your own. When you're used to being with someone, it's not easy being on your own. And again, that's why people look in on these relationships. I'm not saying you're in an abusive relationship, you might have been, but people look on relationships like that and they say, why did they just leave? It's not that easy. There are a lot of psychological reasons, there are a lot of emotional reasons, many, many, many different layers of reasons as to why you don't just kind of stand up and leave something. So you had a bit of that as well. It's like, oh, I'm a bit scared being on my own. I don't know what I'm going to do. But I think, as you get used to that, you're going to grow in that. And you're heading toward the World card, which is all about freedom. Again, it feels like you're not quite there yet, but you're getting there. You're getting there. And yeah, I'm getting something really beautiful here. Very beautiful. It feels like, I hope this is going to make sense. It feels like protection. It feels like you've got someone watching over you. Okay. There's someone watching over you. There's someone protecting you. Okay, so if this is you, listen to this. This might be you, might not be you. If there are times where you're completely on your own, you're completely by yourself, and you start questioning yourself, you start thinking, I'm completely by myself, no one's here, no one cares about me, I've got no one. If you start thinking things like that when you're completely alone and you think, I've got no one. If that's you, I just want to tell you, you've got someone watching over you. There's a female presence watching over you. And they really, really care about you. And they're sending you through this time. They're sending you through to the World card. They're sending you through to this new life. It's all happening at the right time. If you have these times where you feel very alone, I just want to tell you that you're not alone. And the message I'm getting here from this presence is, I know some people don't like these kinds of messages, but I have to say this to someone. The message I'm getting here is you're in a transition period. You're in a transition time. You're going to move out of this time. If you're feeling very down, if you're feeling very alone, you're growing out of this. You're growing into a new life. This is not forever. That's the message. It's not forever. You're not going to be in this position forever. So that's the message there. And there's something else I'm getting as well from this presence, this female presence that's watching over you. They're sending someone to you. They might already be around you. They might not be yet. But they're going to send someone to you. And yeah, again, they might already be around you. This is someone who is really caring. This is someone who listens. This is someone who understands that you're fragile, that you're fragile at this time. Because look at the way this page is holding this coin. It's like it's fragile. So that's how someone is going to listen to you. That's how someone's going to come and take care of you. I don't know when this person's going to come in. It might be a friend. It might be a new love connection that comes in at some time, because you've got the World card. So you've got new things coming up for you. But they're going to send someone to you if they haven't already. And this person listens. They really, really care about you. They really, really, really care about you. And they're going to bring you comfort. And they're worth 1,000,000 of these other people who left you alone. Because a lot of people left you alone. A lot of people left you by yourself. And this person is worth 1,000,000 of those people. And they're perfect to bring with you. They're perfect to bring with you. It doesn't matter about all those people who left you alone. There are a lot of people who left you alone. I'm seeing that very clearly. Where you're going into this new life with the World cards, I'm going to talk about that now. Where you're going, you don't want to take those old people with you. You don't want to take those people with you. You've got the core people that you want to take with you that already care about you, that you know that they're with you. You've got this lovely, beautiful person I'm seeing in the Page of Pentacles, and you've got some new people coming in for you as well. I'm seeing that. So you needed to move those old people out of your energy so that you could move forward. I'm getting that very, very clearly. You're going to move into this new life. You've already started this process. Just keep on going. Just keep on going. Just keep on going. It might be hard to see that now, but just keep on going. You'll see this later on when you look back. That's another message I'm getting there again. The other thing I'm getting is it's this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful thing I'm getting here. I don't know if any of this is going to make sense. I know I'm getting a little bit abstract. I'm getting into the spiritual, but this is all what I'm seeing. I'm getting these beautiful blessings here that are going to come to you in this new life as well. I'm getting, I don't know who this is for. It might be you, might not be. I'm getting a house. I'm seeing a house. I'm seeing lots and lots of grass. It's very, very green. I'm seeing some little hills, not big tall hills, just some little hills. And there are roads, and they're not straight roads. They're windy roads. So if you know where this is, if you can picture this in your mind, if you've been here before, because it feels like you've been here before, if this is you, you're going to go back to this place. And there are people at this place, and they're going to welcome you back. So it might be that you move into this house. It might be that you move into somewhere close by. But you're going to be welcomed to this place. That's what I'm seeing. So I really, really hope that resonates with someone. I really hope the right person gets to hear that message. And yeah, I don't know who that's for. I don't know if that's going to make sense to anyone at all. But I've been told to say what I see, even if it's crazy. So that's what I'm doing from now on. Okay, so the first card you have here present is the High Priestess. Not the first park. Okay, so yeah, a few things I'm getting here. Yeah. Okay, I'm seeing this very clearly again. This is exactly what I was seeing in the Nine of Pentacles. Someone's going to try and talk to you. They're going to try and talk you back around again. I'm getting this, talking you back around, because I'm looking at the World card again, and that can be about coming back around again, coming all the way back around the world again. This is definitely this axe that I'm seeing in the Nine of Pentacles. So if this all resonates with you, you know exactly who this is. You know why they're doing this. Now, they're coming to talk to you. I'm seeing little taps. Tap, tap, tap. That's what it feels like. So it might not be that they literally tap you, but it's going to feel like that. You know when a child wants your attention and they tap you? Little taps. So it's not like they're going to come in and blast you. They're not going to come turn up on your doorstep or anything like that. It's these little taps. So yeah, it might be messages, might be little messages, little pings that come in on your phone, and that might feel like little taps, like they're kind of poking you. So yeah, this person's going to, or this axe I should say, not this person, they're going to want to start a conversation. It's going to start with these little messages. I'm not sure how this is going to end up, whether they're going to call you in the end, whether you're going to have a longer text message conversation, I don't know. It starts off with messages, and they're going to want to have this conversation. There's a subject they want to talk about. And yeah, it feels like a serious subject, actually. It's quite serious. Okay, this is what I'm getting. The subject matter's serious, but they're not all that serious. That's what I'm getting. And I keep on getting this, oh, I need to talk them around. I need them to hear my point of view. I want to talk to them. So that's what they're going to do. And I think the way you react to them, it's going to surprise them, actually, because you're coming up as the high priestess, and she's this kind of woman who's up on a pedestal, and she's up there above everyone, and she's got no expression on her face, and she's all-knowing, a bit like the Mona Lisa. So you're going to come up as that. You're going to be a little bit like that. So, and it's going to really surprise them. They're going to expect lots of emotive talk. They're going to expect you to talk and talk, because Geminis like talking. They're very vocal. You know, that's where a lot of your qualities are, in the way you talk, in the way you write, in the way you speak, in the way you express yourself. And they're going to expect a lot of that from you. They're going to expect, emotional talk, maybe arguments, maybe crying, maybe lots and lots of things like that. And no, you're going to come up as the high priestess. You're going to sit there, very, very calm. You might not be feeling like that on the inside, but on the outside, you're going to be very, very, very calm. And they're not used to that. They're not used to that. They're seeing this person who wanted to be heard, this person who was ignored. They wanted to be loved. And at one time, I think you would have done just about anything to get them to listen to you, because they weren't listening. You felt very, very, very alone. But now, you're not going to show them how you're feeling. You're not going to do that. And it's really, really going to stress them out a bit. It's going to freak them out, actually. They're going to be like, oh, this person's totally different. What's happening? What's happening? And all my old tricks aren't working. All my old tricks aren't working. So they're going to ask you questions. I think they're going to want to find out whether you're with someone else. But again, I don't think you're telling them. I don't think you're going to tell them if this all resonates with you. You're going to be very calm on the outside. Very, 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 very different. And it's really going to shock them. Okay, so this is what I'm getting here. I'm getting this promise again, and I was seeing that in the Nine of Pentacles. There was a promise. They promised something to you. And I think what's going to happen in this conversation is they might come back to that promise again. They might try to dangle that carrot again. They might start to say, oh, well, if you come back to me, obviously not in these words, but if you come back, I'll do it this time. I know I promised it last time, but this time I'm really going to do this. Now, I think this is something to do with commitment, because you've got the Hierophant here. So I'm going to talk about that right now anyway. I may as well talk about that now. So, yeah, I think they're going to talk about this promise. I think they might say something about this commitment. Oh, I'm going to commit to you this time. Oh, this time I'll do this and that. Might even be marriage, because that's what the Hierophant's about. But if it's not about that, it's about committing properly to you. And again, you're coming up as the high priestess. Your instincts know not to take this very seriously. You know that because you've had these conversations before. You've been promised this before. You've been around and around and around this roller coaster before. You've tried to get yourself heard before. You weren't heard last time. So it's kind of like, well, you weren't listening to me last time. What's different now? And what's different now is they're the Falcon, and they want to come back to the life they had. So, and you know that because you're the high priestess, and your instincts are super, 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 super sharp. And yeah, I'm just looking at this key. I don't know if you can see this, but at the bottom of the Hierophant, just right at his feet, there's this key, and they're crossed keys. So yeah, they knew that they had the key to you at one time. They had the key to you. They knew exactly what to say to open the door, to get what they wanted at one time. And again, they were holding things over you. It's like, oh, commit one day, or whatever it was, something like that. And now they don't have that key anymore. They don't have the key to you anymore. It's not working now. It's not working now. That's what I'm getting there. And I'm going to talk about the Page of Cups as well here, because it's really talking about everything, or it's I don't know how to say this. You know what I'm talking about. So with the Page of Cups, again, the subject matter's serious. The subject matter's like the Hierophant, but they're not serious. The Page of Cups isn't someone you take very seriously. And the Page of Cups has got this message of love. That's what this is about. But you don't really take him all that seriously, because you're the high priestess. You know, your instincts are telling you, I know not to take this seriously. So that's what I'm getting there. And I think from now on with these instincts, the first thing is with the high priestess, again, you're going to just get out of all this, and you're just going to be thinking, I just want to be by myself for a while now. no more love's coming in for a while, especially if you're single now. It's like, no, this is so exhausting. I've had enough of this roller coaster. I've had enough of someone playing around with me. I'm just going to be by myself for a while. And that's how the High Priestess is. And with these instincts, they're super, super sharp now. They're super, super sharp. Even though you've been through this horrible thing, whatever this is, you know, with this coming back again and talking to you and trying to get you to talk around again and promising all these things. What that's taught you is to have super sharp instincts, and you're going to have these super sharp instincts, and anyone that you're going to come across from now on, you're going to know right away, is this person serious? Yes, tick, no, cross. You're going to know that right away. And it's really going to serve you well going on into the future as you go through this process and as you get to this freedom and you have all these new people that start coming into your life. You'll know right away whether to have them with you or not. So that's what I'm seeing now. Okay, so the false card you have in future is the Ten of Wands. Yeah, so, you know, I think, you know, you've got away at one time, they've come back again. I don't know where you are with this, whether they've spoken to you or not yet. Wherever you are, if this resonates with you, you could be anywhere in this. But I think after this talk happens, when this happens, you're still going to be a bit stressed about this. You're still going to have this heaviness around you. And I think it's just going to take time to get rid of that. It's just going to take a lot of time to get rid of that. Because, you know, it's a lot of mental stress. I think, you know, every time you see them, every time you hear of them, it brings that stress up again. And it takes time to get rid of that. So I think eventually you are going to get rid of each one of these wands and you're going to feel a lot freer. And that's going to start the time of this freedom for you. And yeah, so I think, you know, you had moved on. This is what I'm getting. You'd already moved on. And really, I think this talk's going to be the full stop at the end of the sentence. Because it felt like I've moved on, but I've still got all this thing around them. I've still got all this heaviness. And I think when you have this talk with them, whenever that happens, it's going to give you, almost going to give you permission to really, really move on properly. It's like, right, now I know what they're really like. Now I know, because at a time it was like, if they come back to me, I might come back to them again. I might go back to them again. But after this talk, it's going to be like, no, I'm 100% sure I don't want them back again. I absolutely don't now. I really, really don't. I can really, really move on properly now. And that's what you're going to do. And yeah, so you can see that with the Eight of Cups as well. You can see you're going to be moving ahead. You're going to be walking off from this, totally walking away from this now, 100% walking away from this in all areas, you know, mentally, physically, you know, emotionally. And you've had, I'm picking up on some headaches here as well. So you might have had headaches because you've got this physical reaction to this person, but you're moving on, you're 100% moving on now. And what I'm getting here is, even though you're moving on, I think it's going to take them a little bit longer than you to move on properly. Because I'm just looking at this wall of cups here, and it looks like, you know, we're looking through at this man, we're watching this man moving on. So I think they're probably still going to be looking at your social media, still thinking about you for a while, still in your energy for a while. I want you to watch out because they might try to contact you again. They might try to do that again at some time. So just watch out for that again. But with the Four of Wands, what that's telling you is completely stay away from this if they try and contact you again. If you feel as if, yes, I'm totally moving on from this person, I don't want to be with them ever again. If that's all resonating with you, if that's how you're feeling, don't pick up the phone to them, don't talk to them. You've got to get this time to yourself to really get rid of all these swords, all that heaviness. You've got to really just rest, be totally by yourself, don't listen to them again, and really, really get yourself back together again. Really rest up so that you're ready to move forward, you're ready to stand up, you're ready to go through to this new part of this process in your life that I was seeing in the World card. So take your time. Really take your time with this. Again, I'm getting a few people around you who might say, oh, hurry up, you should be over this by now. You know, it took you ages to make this decision, and then they came back, and you talked to them again, and it took you ages to get over that again, and now you're still taking your time. Don't worry about what anyone thinks. Don't worry about what anyone thinks. Take as long as you need to get over this, because you've got to get rid of these swords that are hanging over your head. You've still got some of that heaviness. That all has to lift. And when that lifts, you're going to totally be free of this person. I really, really hope this resonates with someone. I really hope the right person gets to hear this.